We've got somebody else who's very good at what they do. Few people ever reach the status of living legend, but Dolly Parton is certainly a member of that group. The iconic entertainer recently reached 3 billion, that's with a B, worldwide streams of her music. She's had hits on the country music chart 7 decades in a row. You go, Miss Dolly. And she's been nominated for 50 Grammy Awards so far in her career. Now she's cooking up something new with a partnership with, I love this one, Duncan Hines. So you, too, can make Dolly's favorite cakes right in your own kitchen. First on CBS Mornings, we spoke with Dolly earlier about her newest project and celebrating every single year. I've been known to trample little children to get something with icing. I love cake and I love cupcakes, so thank you.
Well, thank you for having me and welcome to my kitchen.
First, I want to get the backstory. Were you just a baker by trade? Do you often go in the kitchen and you're walking around baking things?
Well, I love to cook, and I learned to do that growing up in the mountains of East Tennessee. My mom was a great cook, all my aunts and my grandmas, so of course I learned to cook that good old Southern stuff. And I love to eat, and I love to cook, and I love to bake. So we got involved with Duncan Hines, and we thought this was a great partnership. So I'm excited about it, and I really think people are going to enjoy all these recipes. We know Duncan Hines is great anyhow.
I think so, too. Listen, I've been known to eat Duncan Hines right out of the jar, but I'm on day 2 of an intermittent fast, and I can't eat for another 2 hours, so it's killing me just to look at the cake, but it looks really, really tasty. So I thank you for this.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry about that. Are you going to eat that cake once you get off the fast?
I am, but I'm going to eat it in my allotted period. I guess just got to say this to you, Dolly. People hold you in such high regard. I don't know anybody on the planet, I mean this sincerely, that doesn't admire, respect you, and really love you so much. How does that sit with you after all this time in the career that you've had?
Well, it's an honor, but it scares me to death sometimes. I'm always saying I'm not all that. I'm even not all there sometimes. But it makes me feel good that I've been around long enough for people to feel like they know me and they've just kind of accepted me. And now that I'm older, they just kind of think of me as like an older sister or a favorite aunt.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to play that role. And that's sweet of people to say all those nice things about me. So that's nice. I'll try to live up to it.
Listen, you just celebrated a birthday recently. What kind of cake did you have for your birthday?
Well, of course I had a banana-flavored cream cake, one of my own, because I love banana pudding, a real banana pudding. So I thought, why not bake one of these Duncan Hines cakes for my birthday? So I chose the banana one. And I was 76 years old, so I've been cooking a long time.
Let's talk about turning 76. I love that you just said that. I love that you don't run away from that. You know, are you at the stage that you embrace every birthday? Because there are some people that get to the point where they don't want to talk about their birthdays, they don't want to acknowledge their birthdays, and you still seem to be grabbing life with such gusto to me.
Well, I try not to think about the number, and I couldn't lie about it anyway because I've been in show business all my life. Everybody knows how old I am every year. Actually, I try not to think about the numbers. I don't feel old, and in my mind, I remember my life was in a great spot when I was 35 years old, and I remember at that time thinking, this is a great time in my life. So I chose to just kind of think like I'm 35 all the time in my mind, no matter what the numbers say. Numbers lie.
Now, I'm with you on that. You know what? Because I still see myself as 40-something. I thought 40s were great. But, you know, as I sit here today, I just turned 67. I really do enjoy, I swear to you, I've enjoyed every single stage of life. Did you have a certain favorite time period in your life?
Yeah, that's kind of when I was about 35. I remember thinking I'm out of debt for the most part, you know, and I can kind of relax a little bit. I don't have to, because I had really done a lot of the things I had worked so hard to do. And I don't think I slowed up at all until I was 35. And I just rested a minute and then I went at it again. So now I feel like I'm in the, I wish I could be young forever so I could do more things, but every year it seems like I do more things, and I feel like I've dreamed myself into a corner because my dreams have come true, but I have to still be responsible for them, and every dream kind of brings its own, you know, there's a new life to that, you know, and you just kind of branch out and you have all these opportunities, and I'm not one to let an opportunity to go to waste, so here I am even doing this.
Here you are with your cakes. It happened to me, Dolly, when I turned 40. I realized you cannot please everybody, so you might as well try to please yourself. Did you have an age where you thought, I know I can't please everybody? Or are you still trying to please people?
I try to please people, although I've always known I couldn't please everybody. But I try to please as many people as I can. But like you, it's more important that I please myself. If I'm pleasing to me, I think that that will be pleasing to other people as well. I think people sense it if you're comfortable in your own skin. And I always make a joke and say, I'm comfortable in my own skin no matter how far I've stretched it. So I try to look as good as I can. And I just try to be comfortable and, you know, just be myself. And I never think like I'm a star. I just think I'm a working girl. I always say that I'm a workhorse dressed up as a show horse. And that's really the truth.
Dolly, you are certainly a light. In addition to, you were talking about, you know, doing as much as you can while you're here. So you've written a book with James Patterson. Well, go big or go home.
I have.
And it's a thriller.
It is. It's called Run, Rose, Run, and it's coming out in March. And I loved working with James. I've read everything he's ever written.
Yeah.
And so when he asked if I'd write a book with him, I mean, I was shocked. And I said, well, yeah, what do you want to write it about? And so we chose the Nashville kind of a scene about a girl that's running from her past but running toward a future. And so it's really got a lot of twists and turns. And we're going to eventually make a movie out of it, too. And I maybe even get to play one of the parts, one of the characters that's in the book. But I thought, how can I contribute working with James Patterson? Why does he need me? But anyhow, when we started writing, I thought the best way I could contribute to it was to write songs about these characters and their situations. So I would send all of the songs, and then he would expand on the characters, and then we'd get together. He'd give me ideas for songs. And so we really had a great working relationship, and I was real happy with how it turned out.
Dolly, thank you so much. Your latest contribution is cake, and I happen to believe that everything is better with icing on it. So I thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. That butter cream is good, and this is good. So let us eat cake.
So I say you can't go wrong with cake. And Dolly Parton, she sent us a coconut cake. Does it seem like when I'm sitting over there that I'm screaming at the TV? That's how it felt. Does it seem?
Yeah.
Did it sound loud to you guys?
It's a weird setup. But you mentioned that she sent cake to us. I don't remember cake. Have you had cake?
No.
Gayle, where's the cake at?
Where's the cake?
On my kitchen counter. But I did ask her to send a banana one, so I'll make sure I share that because sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I love her. Listen,
I love her.
you know, she's one of Time 100's most influential people. And Miley Cyrus, who's her goddaughter, wrote her intro, and she described her as the world's most impeccably purposeful walking contradiction. Isn't that good?
That is.
I think that's very
And she
sweet,
said,
Miley.
I'm a workhorse dressed up as a show horse. I love
She said,
that.
I just consider myself as a working girl.
One of my favorite people
No plans
in the
to
whole
stop.
world.
Me too.